Fitzy and Whipper.
We're just waiting on the Prime Minister to call through.
He's 60 seconds away, guys. I've just been told.
Interesting too to hear that the ban now starts on advertising. Is it 48 hours out?
On TV and radio.
So there's a hole in my bucket.
It's gone.
Dear Labor, dear Labor.
That's a shock.
They were talking about that on the Gruen last night and how it's called an earworm.
We'll ask ScoMo about that, but if he says it's not my job...
Oh, yeah, that one was explained the other day too, wasn't it?
I will lose it. No. We just got word from the tribunal. ScoMo's been given 3 weeks on the tackle that he got from the Devonport Strikers. What was the kid's name again?
Young Luca.
Luca.
Yep.
We tried to get Luca on the line, but Luca is devastated. He's missing out on a big game this week against Glenorchy.
Well, Luca's actually found his spirits. He was on TV this morning doing a rap, Fitzy.
Oh, it's amazing.
Have you got a bit of Luca there?
Weed up, boys from Weeta. Cinema total attention. Papa, you've got the mention. Sucker MCs on a pension. Nah, that's not even worth our attention. Looking all rubbish like they just got out of attention. Knock, knock. Who's there? I don't care. I just got scared over there. Hey, why are you looking at me?
So,
I've heard that he is Crips. He's not Bloods at all.
That was the Today Show, I believe, and Luca continued to rap until they threw to an ad break because he was ready to go for a good hour, mate. He wanted to break some sort of record this morning.
I've got to give it to our Prime Minister, though, because what is ScoMo be 6'2", 6'3"? He'd weigh, I'm throwing this out there, 98, 99? Would he be 100 kilos?
He'd be around the third digit.
Anyway, I'm just saying that when he actually was falling onto Luca...
It was like a safety tackle.
Did an amazing effort to put his hands out and break his weight, because if he landed on Luca... Luca, I reckon, would have brought up a couple of his lungs.
Everybody knows that feeling, and it's even when you're carrying a kid at home and you trip or you're always worried about it walking down the stairs if you're carrying one of them, you think, how am I going to protect the kid? The way ScoMo lands on and then rolls over and almost uses his stomach like a crash mat just to make sure the kid is okay was a beautiful safety tackle.
It's amazing. I mean, that will go down in history. We've had some beauties. Oh, he's just gone onto the line now.
No, that's Colby from Jason.
No, that is Colby.
Thanks,
the
Leno.
Prime Minister's about to... Okay, get ready, everybody. Prime Minister, you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, there he is.
ScoMo, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Whipper.
Mate, I don't know who advised you to tackle a kid 3 days out from the election, but I think it was wrong.
I came off second best, I can tell you. Young Luca, he was a champion boy, and as I was falling, I had to make sure I sort of tried to get him up and upwards.
Yes.
And I landed right on my shoulder, so he came off a lot better than me. He gave me the red card on Channel 9.
Well,
have you woken up a bit sore, ScoMo, this morning?
Now, I was a bit last night, but I'm okay today. But I had a lovely chat with Luca and his mum, Ali, last night. I was just checking to see if he was okay. And he was totally fine. He's got the best story of his life. He's going to be, yapping all day at school.
Well, he went on the Today Show, Scott, and he just did a rap for a minute. He rapped him out to the break, so he's got a new career. You've set him up.
He is. He was such a cute kid. But when we were talking, he just gave me the full rundown on his entire football career.
Wow.
Every goal he kicked, every game they won.
Awesome.
It was very cute.
Yeah, Scott, while you're here, I think without a doubt, Luca needs a free hit on you. So we were trying to work out whether it's a wedgie, a camel bite, a crow peck, or a nipple cripple. What does he owe you,
Oh, jeez.
I think he can go the wedgie.
Yeah,
go the wedgie. Hey, ScoMo, and look, I hope I didn't offend in any way, but what I loved about the moment was you realising that the fall was on, there was a kid under you, and the way you sort of rolled over and almost used your stomach like a crash mat as you
there's plenty of padding there, mate.
Spun him around so you made sure he was safe. I thought it was a beautiful piece of art.
Oh, well, thanks for that. I mean, it was just one of those things. I just lost my footing, and then I went, oh goodness, there's a very small child there.
Very entertaining.
Quick. Anyway, one of the things that happened on the campaign trail.
You're a couple of days out from the election, mate. You're getting some sleep at night. What's happening?
Yeah, Jen's with me too, which is great, and it's always great when she can join me when we're out on the road. We're just down here in Tasmania at the moment. Just went to a lovely little community at Whitemore, like a little tennis club, which is where all the rural districts come together as a community, and spend a bit of time with them and the kids, talking about the things that are important to them. And but I got to tell you, one of the biggest issues anywhere you go, and whether down here in Tasmania and Hobart, Launceston and places like that, or up in Sydney or up in Townsville or wherever over in the west, is people being able to buy a home.
Yes.
This is something that I understand rightly is something people are very focused on. And what I announced on Sunday to help people buy their own home has been really well received. People know how hard it is. I know how hard it is. It was hard 30 years ago when Jenny and I bought our first place.
Mm-hmm.
53 square metres. We had a cat. We didn't swing it in there because you probably couldn't.
Sure.
It was that small. But, people being able to use their own superannuation gives them that start, and you need to get that start. And if you have to wait years and years and years, you just see your dream move further and further away. And so this is really going to give people that chance. And, once you sell your house, you put all the proceeds of the share that you've vested from your super back in your super. So your super stays, where it needs to be for when you retire. But it's really going to help, I think, people get into that first home.
Scott,
and only Liberals and Nationals will do it. Labor won't let you do it.
Scott, some people were saying, but hang on a minute, you buy your first home early enough and you haven't got enough super at that point. But you would know the data when you look at it, because I was trying to think, you're probably earning money from maybe 16 or 18 onwards, and you're probably buying your first home around 30. So is that roughly what you're looking at? So there would be enough super there to have an impact on for a deposit?
Well, every bit counts. That's the point. And this is why we don't believe it'll have a particularly material impact on house prices, because we're also ensuring at the other end that we're encouraging people to downsize. So that's freeing up housing stock into the market, and people sort of move through the housing market into that, freeing up space at the other end, at the first home buyers end at the same time as people sort of, upgrade over the course of their lives. There's also guardrails on this. You can only get up to 40%. Yep. Of what's in your super, and a maximum of 50,000 each. And then you've got to put the proceeds, as I said, back into super. So your superannuation is preserved. That's what's, I think, clever and smart about this policy, is it does both jobs. If you go into retirement and you don't own your own home, you're worse off.
Yep.
And so we want people to own their own homes when they get to retirement. And to do that, you've got to start.
That's right.
And
it's clever.
People are still buying their first home, sometimes in their 40s.
Yeah, sure.
It is clever. It is clever and smart. What isn't clever and smart is there's a hole in my budget, dear Labor. The ads are stopping today, ScoMo, leading up to the election. So no more.
Did you get the remix?
No,
there's a remix. It's all over TikTok. It's everywhere.
Oh, my.
Mate, I've got a future there, I think.
Yeah, well, DJ, you could DJ that.
With Luca, you can rap with Luca. You two can tour.
With Luca, that's it.
Mate, we know how busy you are. We appreciate your time, Prime Minister. A couple of days out. Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks a lot, boys.
Thanks, mate. Take care.
Fitzy and Whipper.